Imagine meeting a 78-year-old farmer who has never seen a single dentist in his life. He still has every single tooth he was born with, completely free of any painful decay. What if the secret to perfect oral health has been hiding inside our own kitchens for centuries? For over 200 years, specific communities have relied on a simple formula mixed in a glass jar. This incredibly cheap alternative costs less than $2 a batch to make from scratch right now. By the end of this video, you will discover the exact recipe recorded way back in 1893. You will also learn about a quick morning rinse that eliminates billions of multiplying bacteria instantly. This method requires no fancy equipment and utilizes simple items found at any local grocery store today. Stay with me until the very end because your daily dental care routine is going to change forever. Let us journey down a quiet country road to discover how these people maintain such strong teeth. Picture an old man chewing slowly on a piece of dried fruit with absolute ease and comfort. He lives completely without dental insurance, modern fluoridated water, or expensive electric toothbrushes from the store. When asked for his secret, he simply smiles and pulls out a small jar of yellow paste. The mixture carries a distinct aroma of natural cloves, combined with a unique earthy scent. His family has passed this exact protocol down through multiple generations with incredible success over time. One batch lasts a large household for nearly 2 months, while saving them hundreds of dollars. This recipe is not a secret, yet commercial advertisements completely ignore these basic natural ingredients. Our modern world successfully convinced us that simple methods are primitive, while store-bought items are truly scientific. In just one generation, people abandoned traditional habits because marketing campaigns told them to change. The entire system relies on 4 basic elements: baking soda, fine sea salt, ground turmeric, and clove oil. Each ingredient performs a specific task that corporate brands replaced with cheap synthetic alternatives. For example, pure baking soda safely cleans away the soft plaque film that builds up overnight. Many people falsely believe baking soda scratches enamel, but that is a persistent marketing myth. On the official Dentin abrasivity scale, pure baking soda is actually 10 times gentler than commercial whitening paste. Most importantly, this simple compound raises the pH level in your mouth to neutralize harmful bacterial acids. The American Dental Association even lists sodium bicarbonate as an accepted active ingredient on their website. They simply do not aggressively promote it because massive corporate toothpaste manufacturers cannot patent a basic chemical. Next, fine sea salt uses natural osmotic pressure to draw water directly out of destructive bacterial cells. This process causes the bacteria to shrivel while actively soothing irritated, bleeding gums very quickly. Ancient civilizations actually utilized salt for oral care long before modern dental clinics ever existed. Your current dentist likely recommends a warm saltwater rinse to help your gums heal after a procedure. Yet nobody ever thinks to include this powerful mineral in their daily brushing routine at home. Adding ground turmeric might sound strange because the bright orange spice can easily stain a porcelain sink. However, the active compound called curcumin acts as an incredibly potent natural anti-inflammatory agent. A major medical study proved a turmeric rinse reduces plaque just as effectively as strong prescription mouthwash. Since inflamed gums cause nearly every major dental issue, fighting that swelling daily does quiet, real work. Finally, natural clove oil contains eugenol, a compound so effective that early doctors used it for numbing. It fights bacteria instantly on contact while calming the deep nerves inside an aching tooth. Big brands skip eugenol because artificial flavorings are much cheaper to produce in a corporate factory. When you combine these 4 elements, they handle acid, bacteria, inflammation, and pain for pennies a batch. To prepare the mix, combine 1 teaspoon of baking soda with half a teaspoon of sea salt. Add 1 small pinch of ground turmeric along with 4 or 5 drops of pure clove oil. Stir the mixture with a tiny bit of water until it forms a perfectly smooth paste. If this system works so well, we must ask why this knowledge was hidden from us. In 1955, a major corporate brand launched a massive marketing campaign to sell patented chemical formulas. They created a massive global empire that now sells billions of dollars of manufactured paste every year. While fluoride certainly helps protect enamel, traditional communities achieved the exact same positive results using natural methods. You cannot build a highly profitable corporate advertising campaign around basic salt or common household baking soda. Therefore, this incredibly cheap remedy was quietly labeled old-fashioned and pushed to the very back of shelves. Decades later, a group of dental students visited a traditional community to conduct a thorough health screening. They fully expected to find severe tooth decay because these families never visited a modern dental clinic. Instead, the students discovered that the vast majority of the children possessed perfectly healthy, cavity-free teeth. Their mouths remained sound and clean without a single dollar of modern dentistry ever being spent. You do not need to change your entire lifestyle or live on a farm to use this knowledge. This routine functions perfectly in any modern home, starting tomorrow morning with one ingredient already in your kitchen. Traditional families emphasize a vital habit known simply as the protective daily morning rinse. While you sleep, your salivary glands slow down dramatically, removing your mouth's natural fluid defense system. Without that constant rinsing action, bacteria feed and reproduce rapidly over an 8-hour period. By the time you wake up, billions of active bacterial organisms are resting directly on your teeth. Most people immediately drink water, washing that entire toxic bacterial colony straight down into their stomach. Traditional households never do this because they understand that the mouth becomes highly toxic overnight. Before eating or drinking anything, mix a quarter teaspoon each of salt and baking soda in warm water. Swish this mixture vigorously for 60 seconds, forcing the fluid between your teeth before spitting it out. This quick routine neutralizes overnight acid, destroys bacteria via osmosis, and physically dislodges the soft plaque film. You successfully clear out the entire overnight colony for less than a single penny every single day. Only after completing this rinse should you brush your teeth using the homemade herbal paste. This approach is not about fighting modern dentistry, but rather reviving a cheap and effective daily habit. You should absolutely continue seeing your professional dentist for regular checkups and necessary annual cleanings. This natural protocol simply manages your day-to-day hygiene for about $24 over an entire year. The oldest record of this system appears in a private handwritten ledger dating back to 1793. A local farmer listed his winter provisions, explicitly including 2 pounds of prickly ash bark for teeth. Native tribes called the prickly ash the toothache tree because chewing the twigs numbed pain instantly. The bark contains unique compounds that stimulate saliva flow, boosting the mouth's natural ability to rebuild enamel. Since finding wild prickly ash bark is difficult today, a simple modern alternative exists at stores. You can utilize pure xylitol crystals dissolved in warm water as a brief weekly oral rinse instead. Xylitol tricks harmful bacteria because they consume the natural wood sugar but cannot properly metabolize it. Over time, their numbers drop significantly, which drastically reduces the long-term risk of developing painful cavities. Please note that while xylitol is perfectly safe for humans, it is highly toxic to household dogs. Always keep the jar tightly sealed and stored safely on a high shelf away from pets. This entire protocol requires under 5 minutes a day and maintains perfect oral health very cheaply. I knew this system was real after seeing an elderly man examine his young grandson's teeth. The boy opened wide to reveal a perfectly straight, bright white smile with zero signs of decay. Another traditional gentleman lived to be 93 years old while keeping every single one of his original teeth. He brushed daily using basic baking soda and swished with diluted apple cider vinegar every Sunday morning. Local dentists consistently note that older individuals in these communities possess remarkably clean, healthy mouths. Of course, a traditional diet containing very little processed sugar also provides massive protection against tooth decay. While we might not completely copy their farm diet, we can easily adopt their affordable brushing routine. An elderly baker showed me her tiny jar of baking soda that sat by her sink since 1962. To her, that simple jar represented a beautiful thread connecting multiple generations of healthy, smiling women. You did not lose teeth from carelessness. You were simply never taught this effective alternative alongside everything else. It does not matter how old you are or how many fillings you currently have right now. Try mixing this traditional paste this weekend. Give it 30 days and watch your breath transform completely. If you believe this valuable, simple knowledge is worth preserving, please hit the subscribe button right now. Now I want you to drop a comment below and share your own family history with us. Did your parents or grandparents ever use baking soda before modern corporate brands took over the market? I read every single response because sharing these memories helps everyone recover this forgotten ancestral wisdom. Our next video reveals a 200-year-old method to cut your winter heating costs exactly in half. Until then, mix your paste, do your morning rinse, and pass this vital knowledge down to your grandchildren.